Hey everybody, Chris here from Tennessee. The weather's getting warm, and I've got St. Bruno Flake today. And my tin just came in yesterday, I think, 2 days ago. And it's dated from September of 2023, so that's got a little bit of age on it. That's pretty good. I heard about this maybe a month or two ago, and I've been dying to try it. It says it's a distinctive blend of smooth Virginia and other fine leaf, and on the back, basically says that it's bold. It has Kentucky in it, bright Virginia. It's a steam pressed flake. I know if you're familiar with this blend, it's very popular in England. Apparently, it's like a staple blend there. So I'm really looking forward to this. I have some preconceived notions, and I'm curious to see if I'm going to be right about that. Anyway, here's my little setup. I've got this is usually what I carry with me. I've got just a little leather piece of leather I cut, and usually I'll prepare my tobacco, my pipe on here. I've got a little imported briar pipe. This is the one I've kind of reserved recently for, dark fired flake or darker all natural tobaccos. A little box here of some mixed filters. And then it's pretty windy today, so I'm probably just going to use, probably going to have to use my Zippo on this one. But anyway, I'm going to prepare this now. Let's pop this tin open together, and I'll tell you exactly what it smells like. I don't want to bend it too much. There it is. All right, are you ready? I'm so ready. Whoop. Wow, I could smell that right off the bat, and this smells. It smells fruity and sweet, but definitely it has almost the smell of Samuel Gall's 1792 flake, except much lighter and more floral, not as musky. But it's got a musky, fruity, floral smell to it. Wow, interesting. All right, let's pop this open together and see. This is the best part. Isn't this so fun? All right, we're looking at it for the first time. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, man. Now, let's see if you guys can see this. This definitely has, I'll turn the camera around. This definitely has some crystallization going on, it would look like, which is so ideal. That means it's been fermenting wonderfully in the tin. Here, let me turn this around. Let's see if that comes through at all. No, this is so hard to do. Holy smokes. Yeah, it's got some white on it, like almost like white scrape marks. Let's grab a flake. Ooh, these flakes are cut into sections of 3. Interesting. So it's like 3 lined up, and they're thin flakes. Most flakes you get from like McBaron stuff are usually like this wide, like twice as wide. But there it is. Let's see if we get any of that. Wow, that's not focusing at all. Hold it next to my face. Wow. Yeah, it's a... Oh my gosh, what does that smell like? It smells like you're working in the garden and somebody's sawing wood nearby. Man, that's interesting. That is really interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to fold and stuff this bad boy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it once this way, and then fold it back on itself. And then I'm going to grab it this way and stuff it right in that bad boy. Yeah, as the flake, I'm going to need a second flake for sure. As it broke apart, it's got little... I can't believe I just lost a piece on my shoe. As it broke apart, you could see like more white inside of it. Yeah, that one flake definitely did not fill it. Let's do another flake. This is so interesting. They're small flakes, they're half the width of your standard McBaron type offering. Just gonna shove that down in there. Ooh, it feels pretty moist. I really press it in. I should probably prepare my pipe here. let's go with a paper filter today. Now they say it's good to, whenever you take the stem out of your pipe, to always twist it the same way, whether you're taking it on or off. You don't want to wiggle it back and forth per se. Let's do that. Looks good. There you go. Ooh, that smells nice. Yeah, it's different. It's not like straight up fruity. It's almost like, people say geranium. A little bit of that Lakeland floral. I'm going to close that up. Pop that back on. A little bit of sort of that rust color around the edges there. But definitely on the edge of the tin, it's quite dark and dirty there, like it's been rusting. And I actually do like to see that personally, because it's been aged in there for a bit. That is such a cool little tin. All right, you guys ready to taste this with me? I'm gonna try to describe this as best I can and not be vague. Hopefully I don't burn my tongue off. So that was 2 flakes stuffed in there. See how this goes. Wow. Right off the bat, I have not tasted a tobacco like this yet. I've tasted a lot of tobaccos. But that initial light up, believe it or not, I just had this like peanut buttery essence. Never had that in a tobacco before. I'm just gonna use my Zippo. If I can find it. There it is. Out. You can always count on your Zippo to run out of fuel. I know this is going to be a good one. Oh, wow. I know, too soon to judge, but when you smoke, if you're like me and you've smoked a ton of different pipe tobaccos before, they can of course always surprise you, especially as you progress through the bowl. But oftentimes, you get a really good idea of their character and their flavor when you first light them up. Let's see if this one disappoints. I don't think it will. Yeah, a little bit of a peanut buttery sort of essence or aftertaste. How weird is that? Ah! It's so windy. Alright, I'll do this one instead. Here, I'll unpause this. There we go. My little camping lighter. No, it won't light, of course. It's like a really nice match. Oh yeah. I'll tell you right now, this tobacco could absolutely become a staple in my rotation. I think this is primarily burley, and it definitely comes through. This is nice. Yeah. There's like this light kind of baking soda type tonkin to it. This is very reminiscent of Samuel Gauth blends. I'll tell you that right off the bat. I guess that's what that Lakeland idea is. But not as strong. Alright, so I'll tell you what I'm tasting here. there is still definitely like this almost light peanut buttery aftertaste. And this tastes like a subdued 1792 flake from Samuel Galt in a lot of ways. I think what I'm getting is the wonderful taste of a natural burley, slightly subdued, noticeably nutty, with a Tonkin topping like they use in the Gawith blends. So you get that floralness, geraniumness, but what's so unique about this is all of that seems to be equally balanced. And not overly dark. This is not a dark blend. I would say this is a straight medium. And I suppose depending on how you smoke it, it could be a medium light, which is a really nice change of pace for this flavor profile. Because let's say you really like 1792 flake, or you really like Peterson Irish flake, or Old Dark Fired. Not as much Old Dark Fired, but let's say you really like Peterson Irish flake, that Dark Fired Kentucky with floral, it's heavy burley, but you don't want something that heavy. This is it. Can you tell I'm excited? Should have fueled up earlier. Alright, I'll pause this. I'll smoke this down a bit and I'll get back to you on some more thoughts. I am blown away by this blend. It's kind of everything I hoped it would be. The burleys are so evident. And what's nice is they're slightly subdued, and what I mean by that is these burleys are not very cigarette-like at all. They are wonderfully melded with that Tonkin topping that I'm suspecting they're using, as well as the Virginia is really moderating the burleys in such a way that the burleys are still very nutty, but they're extremely smooth, even creamy. And I always try to reserve using the word creamy. I don't want to overuse it, because when you experience a creamy smoke, it's really special, because most tobaccos aren't creamy. The creamiest tobacco I ever had was Peterson 3Ps, the plug, and this is up there with that, as far as maybe not quite that level of creaminess, but this has a distinct creamy softness on the tongue. And this is a fantastic smoke. No doubt this could be an everyday go-to blend. And apparently it is in the UK, so it makes a lot of sense. The flakes were beautiful. I mean, you saw them. Obviously not in person here, but unique that they are, like I said, if you get one of the HH blends, they come in 2 stacks, side by side. But this is, these are cut into thirds, so it's 3 stacks of slightly thinner flakes. But the thickness is pretty standard. So this is pretty, I would say, perfect moisture level. The flakes didn't feel super moist or super dry, but as I crushed them and twisted them in, they felt really rubbery, like they were pretty moist. But it's lit just fine. And yeah. You're going to get a floral, very slightly fruity, dare I say peanut buttery, creamy, burley smoke, tempered by a slight Virginia leaf in there. And if you smoke it gently, right in the middle of your tongue, you're going to get a nice sweetness too. Not overpowering whatsoever, not overbearing. This, I wouldn't consider this an aromatic tobacco at all. I would consider this a very lightly topped with a very natural topping. Straight burley Virginia. Really terrific. This may become, I think this is the blend I've been looking for to fill my burley or dark fired niche. Because in my rotation, I want to have like sort of one of each type. And if you've ever had Peterson Irish Cask, this tastes similar to that. Peterson Irish Cask is much more lively, however, and I find that I have to really be in the mood for that blend. It's a terrific blend. This has a very similar flavor profile to Irish Cask, but much more subdued. And it seems like this nicotine content is just average. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'll probably add a little more info in the description after I've fully smoked this blend. But I just want to enjoy this now. This is really dang good. Oh yeah. If you like burley tobaccos, you're going to love this. But I think it straddles that line enough where it gives you something really unique. Yeah, that flavor, if you puff it a certain way, you're going to get a beautiful floral sweetness, almost like tea. That's really good. Anyway, 16 and a half minutes is probably enough for this review, or this first impressions. Maybe I'll do a full review. I don't think my opinion is going to change a whole lot, but we'll see. It's exactly what I was in the mood for, I'll tell you that. Okay. God bless you guys, and till next time. Talk to you.